വിസ്തൃതമാക്കണേ നിൻകരമെന്നോടൊത്തുണ്ടാകണേ എന്നതിരുകളെല്ലാം വിസ്തൃതമാക്കണേ നിൻകരമെന്നോടൊത്തുണ്ടാകണേ പോക്കിലും വരവിലും കൂടെയുണ്ടാകണേ പോക്കിലും വരവിലും കൂടെയുണ്ടാകണേ തിന്മകളിൽ നിന്നു കാത്തിടണേ നിനക്കെന്റെ കൃപാചരണം ചിറകിൻ കീഴിൽ കാക്കേണമേ എന്നധരങ്ങൾക്കെന്നും പാറാവു നൽകണേ നിൻ ചിറകിൻ കീഴിൽ കാക്കേണമേ നോക്കിനും വാക്കിനും ശുദ്ധി തരേണമേ നോക്കിനും വാക്കിനും ശുദ്ധി തരേണമേ നിനക്കെന്റെ
വെള്ളക്കൊണ്ടിരാൻ മാറ്റിയതാ
നിനക്കെന്റെ ഈ പരിമളമേണം നിൻ സന്നിധേ
all children who are outside, if you are not going immediately to the stage, come to the hall. എല്ലാവരും കൂടെ കയറുക ഉടനെ തന്നെ പ്രോഗ്രാം ആരംഭിക്കണം.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you all to 2018 CCD Festival. Thank you all for bringing your kids and for participating in the program. We appreciate all the help from the parents. We hope you enjoy the program. At first, we'd like to invite the Achans and our sisters up to inaugurate the CCD Festival by lighting the lamp. We'd also like to invite the Paris Executive and Assistant DRE Nabisa Jamachil to inaugurate. Executive, please come to the stage. Thank you. ആദ്യമായി ഈ വർഷത്തെ CCD അറ്റൻഡൻസിനുള്ള പെർഫെക്റ്റ് അറ്റൻഡൻസിലുള്ള സ്റ്റുഡൻസിന് പ്രത്യേക റെക്കഗ്നിഷൻ കൊടുക്കുകയാണ്. So we'll start from preschool. One student only from preschool, Alisa Uputil. From kindergarten, we have two students, Saira Koramblakil and Nathan Karapallil. Sorry, three kids. Sarah Koramblakil, Nathan Karapallil, and Rebecca Mulyani Gundel. From first grade, Gia Kalotu Kundukmalathil, Hannah Otapalli, and Emma Thornton. From second grade, Alex Illimutil, Alina Kalaburikil, Jeremy Goramblakil, Nisa Mangatabulikil, Joseph Muliani Kundel, Noble Padinaril, and Sophia Deganat. From third grade, Joel Chalangandatil, Daniel Kadudodil, Alfonso Pulorkungal, Nevin Budamadatil, and Gavin Thornton. From fourth grade, Serena Mariani Kunel, Alvin Uputil, Evan Bootherte, and Daniel Dekanat. From fifth grade, Daniel Chandagandatil, Jacob Elangil, Melvin Kalaburikakarote, Joshua Pulimalil, Anjali Ushas. From sixth grade, Martin Gammavarandil, Martin Goramblakil, Crystal Malitiltil, Nora George, Deanna Matthew, Joshua Taratatil, and Cyan Deganat. From seventh grade, Christian Jalakil, Joshua Itidra, Sarah Illimotil, Marbina Kalaburikil Karote, Joel Kirkinadi, Amal Peringelil, Nathan Buramadatil. From 8th grade, Hannah Chalakil, Martin Goramblakil, Sarah Muliani Kunnel, Alina Uputil, Tiana Otapalli, Noel Padinaril, Alexis Putanbarikil, Jason Taratatel, Steve Dekanat. From 9th grade, Stephen Elangil, Jana Itidara, Maria Kirkinadi, Sijo Koladil, Nicole Mangatabulikil, Serena Oriel, Steve Pulorkonel, Kevin Taratatel, and Renata Tortablakil. And from 10th grade, Jitin Jamalakuri, Merlin Gammavarambal, Sarah Malitilil, Anaga Beringelil, and Kevin Pulorkonel. Congratulations to all of our perfect attendees. And if I could have all the CCD teachers come up for a picture, group photo, all CCD teachers please come up. Don't sit there and waste time, everybody come up, don't be shy. Come on.
Some of you come down. Some of you come down. Go down. You got perfect attendance? Okay, then go back.
Yeah, you can take it.
Go down. Come closer a little more. Call your name? Okay, then you say Okay, look at the camera there. Okay, look at the camera.
Good evening everyone, and welcome to the CCV Festival for the year 2017-2018. We're going to start our program with a traditional dance of Margankali by some of our upperclassmen students. Their names are Hannah Chelakal, Naina Chakriyandarthal, Sania Koladi, Sarah Mulyani Kundan, Sarah and Sana Kallaraki Parambo, Andrea and Archana Nandigate, Senna Kannangulam, and Marbina Kallapurikil Kararta. Please give them a round of a hand.
Thank you. മണികൾ ഇതേ തത്തം
Thank you.
Can we give another round of applause for our upperclassmen? Next, we have our kindergarten students coming up. Jesus said to let the little children come to me. So as these children dance for their love of God, let's all give them a round of applause. Great job to our kindergartners. Can we give them another round of applause? Next, we have our youngest students coming up, our preschoolers. Jesus said that we should all be the light of the world. So as they sing about their smiles for Christ, let's all give them a round of applause. Great job, preschool. Can we give them another round of applause? Next, we have our first graders coming up. Jesus said that He is the way, the truth, and the life. Let's give these kids a round of applause as they choose Jesus and jump for joy.
I can love my God with all my heart. I can love my God with all my soul. I can love my God with all my might. I can love my God with all my strength. Love the Lord your God with all your heart. Love the Lord your God with all your heart. Love the Lord your God with all your heart. 12:30. we go, guys. Love God. Love others. Love God. Love others. Love God. Love others. Love the Lord you got with all your heart. Love the Lord you got with all your heart. Love the Lord you got with all your heart. Mark 12:30. Love the Lord you got with all your heart. Love the Lord you got with all your heart. Love the Lord you got with all your heart. Mark 12:30.
All right, great job, first grade. Can we give them another round of applause? We want to thank all our viewers that are watching through our live streaming via KVTV. Next, we have our second graders coming up. They'll be also jumping for joy for the love of their guides, so let's give them a round of applause. All right, great job, second grade. Can we give them a round of applause? Next up, we have our third graders. These are our newly welcomed into our community through Holy Communion this year. They're going to sing about the song of Eucharist. So let's give them a round of applause.
See what the Eucharist means to me. E-U-C-H-A-R-I-S-T. It's Jesus' body and blood, you see. E, you give me eternal life. You bring me union with Jesus Christ. See, Christ is holy and truly there. In tabernacles everywhere. E-U-C-H-A-R-I-S-T. See what the Eucharist means to me. E-U-C-H-A-R-I-S-T. It's Jesus' body and blood, you see. Every healing that you within. Every that myself in him. Or when he weeping or reconciled. He lives in me, I can't help but smile. E-U-C-H-A-R-I-S-T. See what the Eucharist means to me. E-U-C-H-A-R-I-S-T. The Jesus' body and blood, you see. I've become living with Christ. And I'm with this act of Christ. See him and reason I am transformed. His grace can see me through any storm. E-U-C-H-A-R-I-S-T. See what the Eucharist means to me. E-U-C-H-A-R-I-S-T. In Jesus' body and blood, you see. E-U-C-H-A-R-I-S-T. See what the Eucharist means to me. E-U-C-H-A-R-I-S-T. In Jesus' body and blood, you see. E-U-C-H-A-R-I-S-T. See what the Eucharist means to me. E-U-C-H-A-R-I-S-T. In Jesus' body and blood, you see.
Great job to our third graders. Let's give them a round of applause. Now the final event of the evening is our skit on the story of Queen Esther. But before we begin, we want to thank our DRE, Tina Thomas Nidabambara. If I could please have her come up. She has spent countless hours writing, training, practicing with all the kids, countless phone calls to parents, taking kids and driving them for recording. If it wasn't for her, this wouldn't be possible. So can I ask Mukul Lachin to please come up to give her a bouquet?
Hello. Can we have lights on, please? Okay. So, this year we have a young person as a DRE. She was born and brought up here, right? So, otherwise we had all Malayalam speaking, but she also speaks Malayalam fluently, Malayalam and English. She was born and brought up here, daughter of our main trustee, Thomas Naduvambura. Their name is Tina, most of you know. And she took all the burden to organize the religious education class and also the religious education festival. This is a very painful job, and she did took all the pain to organize everything. So on behalf of the parish, and you are going to see a very good skit that she wrote, she directed, and she did all the recording with other people. So we want to congratulate her and appreciate her for her wonderful service. So congratulations, Tina.
സഹൃദയരെ, ജീവരക്തത്തിൽ കലയുടെ സൂക്ഷ്മാണുക്കളെ അലയിച്ച് ആവാഹിച്ചു പൂജിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നടക്കുന്ന ഷിക്കാഗോ തിരുഹൃദയ ദേവാലയത്തിലെ നാട്യ നടനാസ്വാദകരെ, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മുമ്പിൽ ഞങ്ങൾ അവതരിപ്പിക്കുന്ന മറ്റൊരു ബൈബിൾ കഥ. വിശുദ്ധ പുസ്തകത്തിലെ അനവധി സുന്ദരമായ അനർഹ സാക്ഷ്യങ്ങളിൽ ഒന്നിന്റെ ആവേശകരമായ അനാവരണം. ഇതൊരു രക്ഷാകര ദൗത്യത്തിന്റെ കഥയാണ്. ലോകം മുഴുവൻ വ്യാപിച്ചു കിടക്കുന്ന ഒരു ചെറിയ ഗണത്തിന്റെ കഥ. ഇതൊരു വംശത്തിന്റെ വംശീയ സംരക്ഷണത്തിന്റെ കഥയാണ്. യേശു ക്രിസ്തുവിന്റെ പൂർവ്വപിതാക്കന്മാരെ നിലനിർത്തിയ കഥ. അതേ സുഹൃത്തുക്കളെ, ഇസ്രായേൽ ജനത്തിന്റെ രക്ഷയുടെ നിലനിൽപ്പിന്റെ മഹത്വവൽക്കരണത്തിന്റെ കഥ. അബിയാലിന്റെ മകളും മൊർദെഖായിയുടെ വളർത്തുമകളുമായ എസ്തേറിന്റെ കഥ. കുറവുകളെ ക്ഷമിച്ച് കഴിവുകളെ പ്രോത്സാഹിപ്പിക്കുക. ചിക്കാഗോ തിരുഹൃദയ മതബോധന സ്കൂൾ അവതരിപ്പിക്കുന്നു ക്വീൻ എസ്തർ, ഹീറോയിൻ ഓഫ് ദ ജൂസ്. ക്വീൻ എസ്തർ, ഹീറോയിൻ ഓഫ് ദ ജൂസ്. ക്വീൻ എസ്തർ, ഹീറോയിൻ ഓഫ് ദ ജൂസ്. ഈ കഥയുടെ രചനയും സംവിധാനവും ടീന തോമസ് നെടുവാമ്പുഴ.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Yasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
My beloved wife, do not worry. It has been days since I have sent for my dear nephew, Mordecai. Upon hearing of our grave illness, I know he will drop everything and come to me immediately. His love for me is that great. I have faith he will arrive soon.
I pray you are right, my dear. I can feel that my time on this earth is coming to an end. This illness would take me before the week's end. Although you are trying to hide it, I can tell you are in great pain too, Abihail. I cannot bear the thought of what will happen to our darling little girl, Hadassah, if we leave this world without placing her in someone's care.
Mordecai will come. I can feel it. Hadassah, come here, my little one. Let me look at you, my daughter.
Why are you so sad all the time, Papa? You used to play with me and tell me so many stories. Now you and Mama always lie down and cry all the time.
My darling, your mama and I would love nothing more than to play with you and watch you grow up. But my sweet child, our It is good to see you, nephew. Though I wish it were not under these circumstances, I fear that the illness that has befallen my wife and I has only gotten worse, Mordecai. We have only a few days more on this earth. Our God has decided to call for us, and I have accepted His will. I have only one worry, and that is why I sent for you, dear nephew of mine. My beloved daughter, Hadassah. She is but a little girl, yet she will be alone in this world once my wife and I are no more.
Uncle, to me you have been like a father. As long as I am alive, your daughter will never be alone, Uncle Abigail. That is my promise to you. I will see to it that she gets everything she needs, and I will love her as you have loved her, as my own.
My dearest Mordecai, those are the words that I have longed to hear from your lips. I can now die in peace. Our Lord will surely reward you for the gift that you have given me and the love that you have shown to a dying man.
As they predicted, Abigail and his wife both died within a matter of days. Mordecai fulfilled his promise to his uncle, and he took Hadassah and adopted her as his own daughter. After some time, they were exiled from Jerusalem with a group of Israelites. They ended up in the great stronghold city of Susa. There, he raised her and worked hard to provide a good home for her with everything she needed and wanted. Hadassah grew into a beautiful young lady with a great love for God and devout faith in Him. Mordecai became a prominent and important man who served at the court of King Ahasuerus. One night, during the second year of King Ahasuerus' reign, Mordecai had a dream. This was his dream. There was noise and tumult, thunder and earthquake, confusion upon the earth. Two great dragons came on, both poised for combat. They uttered a mighty cry, and at their cry every nation prepared for war, to fight against the race of the just. It was a dark and gloomy day. Tribulation and distress, evil and great confusion lay upon the earth. The whole race of the just were dismayed with fear of the evils to come upon them, and were at the point of destruction. Then they cried out to God, and as they cried, there appeared to come forth a great river, a flood of water from a little spring. The light of the sun broke forth. The lowly were exalted, and they devoured the nobles. Mordecai awoke, and having seen what God intended to do, he tried to understand the meaning of his dream. The following year, during the 3rd year of his reign, King Ahasuerus had a grand feast for all his officers and ministers, one that lasted up to 180 days, where all of the king's riches were on display. During the last 7 days, the feast was for all of the people of Susa, big and small.
It has been a splendid feast, has it not?
It most certainly has, my king.
Truly spectacular, my king. Our land has never seen such a grand feast.
Men will speak of this feast for ages, my king.
The whole world has seen your wealth and splendor, my great king. No other king before you has been so blessed with riches.
Indeed, every man, woman, and child of this land must always know the great stature of their king. Let them not forget that everything my heart desires shall be mine. The most beautiful of my possessions is, of course, my queen. All of you eunuchs, go at once and bring my queen, Queen Vashti, and tell her to come hither at once, wearing the royal crown, so that I may show all who are here her immense beauty.
Yes, certainly.
Gentlemen, gather around. You are about to witness the most unsurpassed beauty in my entire kingdom.
To what are you speaking of, my king?
I speak of none other than your queen, Vashti, my wife. Not only do I reign over this kingdom and possess great wealth and riches, but I have the most beautiful woman in the kingdom as my wife as well. Well, where is she, the queen?
Your Highness, my king, we asked her to come.
But what?
She refused to come, Your Highness.
Refused? What do you mean? Did you tell her that I was on my order?
We did, my king, several times. She blatantly refused to follow your order and answer your call.
What? I cannot believe she dared to disobey my order. Everyone, get out and call for my first rank officers immediately.
What is it, Your Highness? We were told you sent for us.
I did, and like loyal subjects of the king, here you are. Yet the same cannot be said of the woman that has been my wife, Queen Vashti. She refused to come when I called for her, embarrassing me in front of the eunuchs and subjects. How shall I punish her for this disgrace which has befallen on me?
Your Highness, if I may, Queen Vashti did not wrong you alone, Your Highness. She wronged all the officials and people of your kingdom. When all the women in the kingdom hear what she has done, they will all look at their husbands with disregard and disrespect. The woman will rebel against us all, my king. I suggest you issue a royal decree forbidding Vashti from ever coming into your presence and giving her throne and crown to one who is worthier than she. That way, the women will all stay respectful to their husbands.
I find your proposal appropriate, Memucan. Drop the letters to send to all the provinces, declaring that every man should be the lord of his own home.
Your Highness, you should have beautiful young virgins sought throughout your realm. Appoint commissaries in each province to bring together all the beautiful young virgins in Susa and give them cosmetics so that they may please you. The girl who pleases you the most should take the place of Vashti.
Shitar, your idea is brilliant. Go and see to it that it is done. I do not care how long it takes, but I will wait for the one that pleases me beyond all measures.
Come here, my child. Have you heard the news? King Ahasuerus has called for all the beautiful young women of the kingdom to go to the palace. He will be choosing a new queen for himself, as Queen Vashti is no longer the queen. You and your friends should all go to the royal palace, where you will be in the care of Haggai for some months before being presented to the king.
Father, if you say I should go, I shall go.
Hadasah, it is important that you remember one thing. Do not reveal to anyone that you are a Jew. Doing so could put you in danger. You must change your name so that no one finds out. Call yourself Esther from now on.
As you say, Father, I will now be Esther. Let me go and prepare for the journey.
Esther went to the palace and began the preparations with all of the other women. Mordecai was sure to walk about in front of the court in the palace where the women were every day in order to check up on Esther and to see how she was doing. After 12 months of preparation, of beautifying treatments, of oils and perfumes and cosmetics, the women were ready to be presented to the king. Haggai began taking the women one by one to present to the king. The king was very particular and took his time in selecting a queen. He rejected woman after woman despite their great beauty. After a few years, it was Esther's turn to be presented to the king. As soon as King Ahasuerus saw her, he knew she was the one he wanted as his queen. He had never seen such beauty and grace before. He loved her more than all the other women, and she won his favor and goodwill.
Let it be proclaimed, I have named my new queen, the most beautiful woman to set foot in my kingdom, Queen Esther. In honor of the new queen, I proclaim today a holiday, and we shall begin a grand feast.
Once Esther became queen, Mordecai made a point of still visiting her at the palace to check on her. But no one else knew their relationship or that she was a Jew. So he would try to visit her in private.
Thurish, the king never gives us a second thought or does anything for us, despite our services to him.
You are right, Bigtan. He treats us like commoners and never rewards us for our valor and courage. He has been reigning as a king for far too long. It is time for us to take him out. We shall have a new king.
Yes, I agree. We need to end this life. Let us go formulate a plan.
My dearest daughter, I have just discovered a sinister plot against your husband. Darish and Bigtan are devising a plan to assassinate the king.
What? Oh my lord! Are you sure? I must warn the king immediately. I hear him coming. You must go, father.
Here you are, my queen. I've been searching for you. What are you doing here?
My king, I have just received the most troubling news from one of my prominent men, serving in your court. He told me that he just discovered a plot by Teresh and Bigban to murder you at once.
What? How dare they raise one finger against me? Let alone plot my demise? They will see who's the king of this land. Go investigate if this is true at once. How did you come to know of this plot, Esther?
It was Mordecai, the good-hearted Jew, that discovered the plot and immediately told me, so that your highness could come to know of it and end the plot. We owe him for your very life, my king.
My king, it is true. When pressed, Teresh and Bigtan confessed to the sinister plot to kill you, your highness.
Servant, write it down in the king's record book that Mordecai the Jew alerted me to this evil plan and saved my life today. Now I must go see to it that Teresh and Bigtan are punished with their lives for this treason.
A few more years passed, and by then, King Ahasuerus had elevated the rank of Haman, an adjutant, to the highest post among all of the king's officials. All of the servants and guards of the courts would bow down to him at sight. He was that important.
Did you see that? How disrespectful that was? Who is that?
That is Mordecai, sir. He has made a point of never bowing down. Sir, he is not like us. He is a Jew.
I do not care who or what he is. Does he think he can prance around here with that kind of disregard for me? I am the king's right hand and most trusted official. I will destroy not only him, but his entire race. Come with me to see the king.
Mordecai, Haman did not seem happy with you. It is probably because you did not bow down to him.
My friend, how can I bow down to him? The only one a God-fearing Jew like myself can bow down to is the Lord God himself. Mordecai bows down to no one else.